So I'm Justin Miller with the Chong Miller Group. And in this video, I'd like to talk to you about something really serious that's taking place in the world today. And this actually is the first video in a new series that I'm introducing, the Insights series of videos. And this series of videos is designed to address larger sociological or economic issues that may have some kind of spillover impact into the housing market. So over the past couple of months, I've mentioned the word recession in several of my videos. And I've said that recessions are nothing to be afraid about because we live in an economy that is cyclical in nature. We have periods of growth and we have periods of contraction. And so right now we're experiencing growth, and we have been generally experiencing growth since the end of the financial crisis, along about 2010, 2011, depending on where you place the bottom of the last recession. But what is it that causes recessions? Well, there's a variety of reasons that recessions start. One is that people stop buying things. They don't have things that they feel compelled to buy. Another is a reduction in international trade. In fact, as open as the US economy is to international trade, it's kind of interesting. It's very rare that we enter into a recession because of international trade related issues. We'd have to go back to the 1970s and the oil crises to see the last time that we had a recession associated with international trade. But there are also social issues that can lead to recession. Either overemployment, there are not enough people to go and fill the jobs that need to be filled, and consequently businesses have to cut back on the level of production they're engaged in. They simply cannot supply enough demand because there are not enough people to work. Or we could be faced with a situation like we may be looking at right now. And so I want to talk to you briefly about this. The world has just encountered a novel virus, the coronavirus, and while I'm not an expert in virology or in epidemiology, I do have a lot of background in sociology and in economics, and I'm able to translate information in one domain to information in another domain. The coronavirus is serious. Any way we slice it, it's serious. How serious? How big an impact will it have on the economy? We don't know that yet. It's best if people continue with their lives as they've been doing. It's best also if you go to the websites for the CDC or the World Health Organization, where you can actually get information from real scientists, real epidemiologists, and find out what the recommendations are that you should follow for keeping yourself as safe as possible. On the other hand, like a terrorist attack, we can't live in fear of the unknown and ever propel ourselves to anything better. So we have to generally treat this as life goes on. There are always cases, there are always issues, there are always things that bring uncertainty. Will there be an impact in Las Vegas from the coronavirus? Undoubtedly, there will be. Will it be a serious impact? Will it be a long-lasting impact? We don't know that yet. But the Las Vegas economy continues to grow by 60,000 people per year, net inflow, right? The coronavirus is not going to cause people to start fleeing Las Vegas. It might cause a slowdown in visitor traffic. It might cause people who are highly dependent on the entertainment industry to suffer some wage losses, but it's not the kind of thing that is like steel mills closing and auto factories closing that leads to a long-term decrease in the population. So we still here in Las Vegas have an economy that's expanding, have a population that's expanding, and people need to live somewhere. They need to live in houses. And so the reality is right now, with very low interest rates, with growing population, and with a shortage of houses, the real estate market remains strong, and I believe that we're going to continue to see growth this year in number of transactions and growth this year in prices, irrespective of the way in which the coronavirus issues are unfolding right now. If we happen to get to June or July and we find the situation's dramatically different, I'll update this video. But right now, this is my best forecast for the future as related to this serious issue that the world's currently confronting. It is Sunday, the 15th of March, and the information is evolving very quickly. And so I want to talk a little bit about that. So one piece of information that's just evolved is the governor of Nevada has just decided to close all schools across the state. If you're looking for information on K through 12 schools in the Las Vegas area, go to ccsd.net. You'll find information. Most private schools follow the lead in this kind of a situation, but check with your particular school if you're associated with a private school to make sure you know what's going on. Some businesses are reducing hours. So for example, Walmart has decided to restrict their hours so that they can clean every night and make sure that they've got things in stock. People who are reliant on tip income may be impacted because there may be a decrease in tourism in Las Vegas. There may be a decrease in the amount of activity that people engage in out of their homes and paying tips. Now, having said that, please check the facts. This is not a time to bury your head in the sand, and it's not a time to run around like chickens with your heads cut off. The facts can be found at the Southern Nevada Health District.org or at cdc.gov. That's where you'll find out information, valid information as to what's going on with the coronavirus and the resultant disease, COVID-19. Now, I want to caution you. We all need to approach this thoughtfully. We all need to approach this critically. One of the reasons I would suggest that there's a lot of hype and a lot of concern, in some manner spiraling out of control around this coronavirus, is because not only is it novel, but this is actually the first epidemic and first pandemic to hit us in the age of social media. And there's a lot of misinformation out there. There are a lot of people who are trying to scare others. There are a lot of people who are trying to make money. The New York Attorney General just issued a cease and desist order to Alex Jones of InfoWars for trying to peddle some cure associated with the coronavirus. The cure is actually for colloidal silver toothpaste. The FDA states that this is actually hazardous to your health. It does not do anything to help you with overcome this virus, but it's hazardous to your health. There are a lot of people who are trying to make money off of you. There are a lot of scams. Some of you will be working from home. That means that looking through email and looking on websites, you're not going to be protected by the corporate firewall and security measures that have been in place at your work. Please make sure you're checking your sources. Please make sure you're not buying into all of the hype and simply scaring yourselves. Going and buying 30, 25-pound bags of rice does not help you. Going and buying 3 years' supply of toilet paper does not help you. It does not help anyone, right? We've got to keep our heads about us. This disease, as it's understood right now, will impact people mostly similarly to the flu. For 15 to 20% of cases, mostly in the elderly, these symptoms can become quite severe, become pneumonia, become problematic beyond pneumonia. For 80 to 85% of the population that contracts this virus, the symptoms are going to be mild to moderate. They're going to look a lot like a flu. And so we want to think about addressing this as we do in flu season. We want to make sure we wash our hands. We want to make sure that if we're sneezing and coughing, we're doing so into our hands, into our elbow, into tissue paper. We want to make sure we're not leaving the home if we're ill. We want to make sure that we're being respectful of people and maintaining some distance between ourselves. There's nothing to be inherently scared about. Will lots of people get this? Yeah, undoubtedly so. If this is a virus that has a high rate of transmission, similar again to the flu. The statistics, we don't know all of the statistics yet, but I want to make sure you all understand. You should remain calm in the face of this. You want to be protective of yourselves and of others. Understood and appropriate. But the economy is not going to implode. The world is not going to end tomorrow. We're all living in a connected world where we interact with each other in a city and an environment that is growing and will continue to grow. People are going to continue to live in Las Vegas. People are going to continue to come to Las Vegas. The economy is going to continue to exist, and in reality, it's going to continue to grow. Will there be a recession associated with this? It's possible. We should not be scared of recessions. We should simply engage in life. We need to continue living. And so I want to make sure that I instill in you or bestow upon you some knowledge that's empowering. Check your facts. Go to the places that actually know things. Don't believe everything that you're reading online or that you're hearing through social media. Much of it is just simply echo chamber BS. Protect yourselves by getting the appropriate information and then acting on that appropriate information in reasonable ways. This is my update to you on this serious issue of the coronavirus. Be safe out there, but be out there. Continue to engage in the world around you. Relax, step back, get the data on how you should actually protect yourself, and know the world and the Las Vegas economy continue to move forward. So I am Justin Miller. And the reason I'm able to talk to you and willing to talk to you about these things is I've got a Ph.D. in business, I've got a J.D., I've got a couple master's degrees. I have a lot of education. I have a lot of interest in looking at things around the world as well as locally and how they impact on people, on groups of people, and on society writ large. And I apply that into my understanding of real estate and my helping you in your transactions in real estate. I am Justin Miller with the Chong Miller Group. We help people buy and sell homes. Please feel free to contact us. I'd love to talk to you about your issues in real estate. I'd love to be able to help you sell your home or buy a home. You can reach us at info@Chong Miller Group or my phone number there, and of course our website, chongmillergroup.com. Thank you. I look forward to talking to you in the next Insights video next month, as well as in all of the other series that we're creating, including the ongoing market update series.